On the left over here, we have individuals who are religious fundamentalists, religious fanatics. And this is the expression, RT-PCR, real-time PCR expression of the VMAT2 gene. Over here, we have individuals. So let me complete. So over here, we have individuals who are not particularly fundamentalist, not particularly religious, and you can see there's a much reduced expression of this particular gene, the VMAT2 gene. Another evidence that supports our hypothesis for the development of this approach. What you see
here is by studying this virus, we're going to eliminate individuals from dawning on a bomb vest and going into a market, blowing up the market.
So our hypothesis is that these are fanatical people, that they have overexpression of the VMAT2 gene, and that by vaccinating them against this, we'll eliminate this behavior. So we have some very, very remarkable data in this next slide. Here we have two brain scans. These are fMRIs. These are two different individuals with different levels of expression of VMAT2. On top is an individual who's a religious fanatic, an individual, and we've repeated this numerous times, that has high levels of VMAT2. Now, this individual down here who had low levels of the VMAT2 gene, this individual would self-describe as not particularly religious. In each case, these individuals were read a religious text. This individual lit up the right middle frontal gyrus, shown here, and that's part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious. And gyrus, shown here, and that's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious, and when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain, called the anterior insula, lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something.
You're suggesting I take a CT scan with me when I'm evaluating people to determine whether I put a bullet in their head?
So the data that I'm presenting here supports the concept that we're proposing, and I think that we would not propose to do CT scans or fMRIs on individuals out in the hinterlands of Afghanistan. The virus would immunize against this VMAT2 gene, and that would have the effect that you see here, which is it's essentially to turn a fanatic into a normal person. And we think that will have major effects in the Middle East.
How would you suggest that this is going to be dispersed in the aerosol?
Well, so the present plan and the tests that we've done so far have used respiratory viruses, such as flu or rhinoviruses, and we believe that that's a satisfactory way to get the exposure of the largest part of the population. Most of us, of course, have been exposed to both of those viruses, and we're quite confident that this will be a very successful approach.
This is fascinating. What's the name of this proposal?
Yeah, so the name of this project is FunVax, which is the vaccine for religious fundamentalism.
And you have a proposal already?
The proposal has just been submitted, and I think that the data that I have shown you today would support the development of this project, and we think it has great promise.
Shalom. All praises, glory, honor, and fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Waharakak Wadash. double onset elders, those that remain in the authority and the spirit of the Lord, and citation election. And this is the type of shit we're up against. As I'm doing a video, this fucking Edomite, my coworker, he's bugged the fuck out. It's just crazy, man. But yeah, man, like, basically what I'm going into is how what we're battling is spiritual wickedness in high places, and this is the mind frame of these Edomites, and not just these Edomites, but also you wicked, unbelieving, faithless, false prophets in this truth. And that's why we're at a time now, we're in a moment now where it's woe to all these camps. It's woe to GMS. Woe to Sakari, IUIC. That's because, see, Esau, he has a carnal way of doing it, trying to take the Lord away from you, take you out the spirit of the Lord, take you out of the truth. But see, the thing is with the false prophets of our nation, the way they do it is they use seduction, they use a false imagery. See, and so what's happening right now, right? They're trying to take Yahushua, the word, out of you and put their words in you, put them in you. You see, by making it seem like the camp is more, what the camp says or what the elder says is more important than what the scriptures say and what Yahushua said. You see, and this video was in 2005. So just thinking like that, like that was like almost like what, like 15, 16 years ago, man. So obviously there's some more sinister stuff being counseled against the righteous right now. But see, the Lord has different plans. The Lord's gonna destroy them, and let me read this. Ephesians 6:10 says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And what's really heavy about that is, like, right as I'm about to do this video, you have these Edomites coming to my car in the parking lot as I'm on my break, trying to trying to like hinder the word. Matter of fact, let me get that precept. You see, so a lot of guys, they're falling for this shit. They're actually falling down. And when you go to let me get this precept as well. And you have a lot of guys in this truth. They're scared to say fucking vaccine, man. You see, they're scared of a lot of stuff. See, Lord, he said, don't fear their imaginations, their incredulity. None of that shit. So when you go to Acts 8:36, "And as they went on their way, they came unto a certain water. And the eunuch said, See, here is water. What doth hinder me to be baptized? It says, and Philip said, If thou believest with all thine heart, thou mayest. And he answered and said, I believe that Yahushua Mashiach is the Son of power." And there's guys that try to hinder this word. All right, Galatians 5:7 says, "Ye did run well. Who did hinder you that ye should not obey the truth? This persuasion cometh not of him that calleth you. A little leaven left the whole lump." So we persuade men by the terror of the Lord, not to fear man and what man can do to the flesh. You see, because then once you give them that power over you, then guess what? They're done. You're done. And that's what guys have done. They've given the enemy that power over them, where they're scared to say vaccine. They're scared to say, guys saying fucking MOB and MOB for fucking Mark of the Beast. So the sinners in Zion are afraid. And let's get that for Hinda.
Strong's G348. Anacopto.
Right, it says to beat back as in the course of a ship. So the spirit is blowing one way, but guys, the multitudes, they're trying to go the complete opposite way. You see, so it's a war going on. That's why, you know, I had them Edomites, my coworkers, come in my car on my break. You see, you really can't make this up. You really can't make this up. This world is totally against God-fearing people that have belief and have faith and have the Lord. And they want everyone to be normal like them. They want everybody to be normal like them. And same thing with you reprobates amongst this truth. You 2/3, you want everyone to be like you. Everyone to be the same. Everyone to think the same way. Say the same things and agree and have respect to persons. Just praise men and get along to go along and teach smooth things, and everyone loves each other. Well, so are they the fucking false prophets. That's what you guys are. You guys in GMS, a lot of y'all are false prophets. Elders, camp heads, Sakari, so on and so forth, on down the line. And the Spirit of the Lord ain't gonna stop talking. And a lot of you guys, right, the Lord didn't send you, but you ran. And you run your mouth. But you're the mouths who must be stopped. And your mouths are gonna be stopped. That's why guys are real quiet on a lot of topics. On the things that you got to be speaking loud and clear, guys are silent, man. A lot of guys, you gotta be silent in your grave, man. And a lot of guys, you ain't even gonna be buried, have a funeral like that. You're gonna be out here in the streets like dung. Deuteronomy 7:6, Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're above, and we're special. We're chosen. And we're up against a lot of wickedness and evil, man. Proverbs 15 and verse 24. The way of life is above to the wise. See, and that's what we're doing. We're seeking things that's in the heavens, not on earth. Everything here is fucking dying. It's losing its vigor. It says, the way of a life is above to the wise, but that he may depart from hell beneath. And it's because Lord, he told Satan, that he get behind me. See, Psalms 18 and 36, thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I pursued my enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. So we're not turning. We're not like a ship in the sea without control over our ship. You know, the Lord. You know, going backwards. We're going forward. It says, I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. Thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued unto me those that rose up against me. Thou hast given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. And that's a main thing about this truth. See, this world's about fucking fake love, you know, gay shit and pride and LGBT bullshit. But the Lord, he's about hate. You gotta hate the wicked. You have to hate the evil. You have to count them your enemies. You see? And that's what they're trying to do with this whole world. They're trying to make them heathenistic, make them normal, quote unquote normal. You see? Destroy them. And that's what's already happened to 2/3 of our people. So we're the last garrison of Yahushai. A lot of you cans, GMS, Sakari, so on and so forth. You've been found out to be liars, man. False apostles. You see, you're running your mouth. You're not speaking of Yahushai. You're not speaking the words of the Lord. You haven't kept the sayings of Yahushai. So that he's not keeping a lot of you guys. And when you're a false prophet, you're not going to be messed with like that. You know, have these Edomites come to the car. You know, trying to take the time away from the Lord and give it to fucking folly, man. Fucking around. Playing the fuck around. You see? So it's a war, man. It's a fight. You have to resist Satan, man. Rebuke them. And that's exactly what I did. I said, get out of here, man. All right. John 14:24. He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings. You know, guys, you ain't keeping the sayings of the Lord. A lot of you guys, you rip Matthew 23 out your goddamn Bible, man. And you try to take Esau off the Bible too. You fucking corrupt, wicked ass men. And the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me. You see? So, a lot of guys are not keeping the sayings of the Lord. 22, it says, Judas saith unto him, not Iscariot, Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us and not unto the world? You see, so the Lord, he has to open up your pineal gland. You have to open up your spirit and your mind to him, to sup with him. And that's why, like they said in that video of Esau in 2005, how people that have no faith and don't have the Lord and they're not chosen, once they hear scriptures, the part of their brain that starts to light up is of disapproval and of disgust, you see? That's how a lot of you guys are, man. You know, if you could see a CT scan, you'd see that, man. For real. See, they're fucking hypocrites and fake with it, then they'll shake their head at you and smile. Say, yeah, that's right. Really deep down, man, then they hate the Lord and the scriptures coming out. Yahushua answered unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. So, Lord, he's with us. The Lord's with us. And so the Lord said he's not going to ever forsake us or leave us, man. You see, he's going to be with us. He's going to strengthen us. Said, fear not. See, and all those that are against us is going to be what? Destroyed and killed. They're going to be killed. This is where they die. This is where they die. This is the time they're coming into. And we're going to be received up into everlasting life. This is what it's all coming down to. Life and death. Not choosing what favorite camp you fucking want. You fucking false prophets. All yous. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 14. But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. And see, you're not justified if you just hear the words and you're like, you know, you're only justified if you hear it and you do it, man. You actually put it to use. You know what I'm saying? You're showing forth the actions and the fruits. It says, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. Not fucking what your favorite camp is. You see? So guys have completely gone out of the way of the Lord, completely and entirely. That's why they're not amongst us, man. They're not speaking the same sayings that we're saying. You see? They're trying to turn the blind eye like it's not there. These are corruptors, man. Straight up corruptors. Jeremiah 6 and verse 28. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned, and the lead is consumed with the fire. The founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them. So the Lord being in us and with us, he's speaking through us. He's letting it be known what's right and what's wrong. He's letting us know that a lot of you guys are rejected of the Lord. The Lord has rejected you. See, men, they have accepted you. Accepted a person's, yeah, I love you. Oh, you're a great video. All this nonsense. All this praise of men. All this smooth talk. all this nice talk. But the Lord's rejected you guys, from GMS to the greatest camps to the least, IUIC, so on and so forth. He rejected men. You know, and then you have Core, that guy from South Carolina, that narrator. What did he say? He said, oh yeah, well, you know, obviously there has to be false prophets. I mean, you know, yeah, they just gotta be in this truth. Yeah, you know, yeah, the false prophets. But see, you're the fucking false prophet. You fucking phony. You're a false prophet. And all those that listen to you, they're going to die with you. Ezekiel 14:9 to verse 10. According to a false prophet. That's what the Spirit is doing right now. The Spirit of the Lord is discerning and dividing the righteous from the wicked. Pointing things out. Not keeping silence, man. Now, not allowing the wicked in the false to deceive the elect. You see? Trying to act like the false prophets being revealed is a small thing. Like, yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Fucking smooth prophets, man. You smooth false prophets. Luke 6:26, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. That's what they do to GMS and all these other camps. Oh, this is the greatest camp. Oh, this is the home of the truth, Sakari, right? ISBK. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. So you guys are false prophets, man. You're fake. You're absolutely fake. Copycats, man. Trying to do what the real prophets do, but you can't. Because you're not willing to die. You're not willing to go all out for the Lord. You only go so far, and the Lord has set the bounds. You can't pass. You can't go any further. So, like, guys, the door's right there, but you're not going through it. And like me and the brother did that video last night on the Watchmen, going into that Delta variant. Well, when you watch Loki, right, they call it the prisoners variants or variants. And I want to get that definition. Let's see what that says through the Spirit. Alright, variant. Alright, variant means a form or version of something that differs in some respect from other forms of the same thing or from a standard, you see? So that's symbolic of the elect, you know. That variant also means rogue, and that's what the men of the Lord has happened. We've had to go rogue. Because the temple, the camps have been compromised, have been infiltrated by the virus and disease and sickness of false and fake and carnal men. See, that word variant means rogue. Metamorphosis, transformation, woo! You see? Revised version, development, modification, adaptation. And I always said that in the Spirit. Like, we're in the time now where it's getting so crazy, like with the weather and, you know, the times and how guys is acting with, you know, how wicked men are becoming, that you have to adapt. You have to adapt with what's going on to be able to survive through all this wickedness. Whoo! That word variety means a mutant, man. Oh, shoot. See, so, you know, the Spirit had us bring that word Delta out of camp yesterday, but, you know, you see the variant now. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You see? We're not. We see exactly what's going on, and we're actually speaking on what we see. And that's the duty of a true watchman, a true prophet. Okay? Mark 13:22, for false anointers and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders, to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. You got guys, they'll teach about the elect. Oh yeah, it's only the elect. We teach the elect. Oh, pray for the elect. But really, in all actuality, they're against the elect. They're part of Jerusalem that was killing the prophets, that were murdering the prophets, stoning the men of the Lord that were sent unto them, that were really running their mouth and running towards the Lord. Running to the Lord and saying things the Lord was saying. That's why they were so hated back then, and that's why we're so hated right now. And there's so much, what's the word? There's so much, like, there's so much like loopholes and so much like, you know, tribulation and what's the word brother be saying? You know, there's, you know, we can't, you know, our channels get messed with. You know, that's because we have the truth. You know, the Lord's really with us. That's why, you know, we're getting messed with so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's the reason why. Because we're the real. All right. We are the threat. The Lord's with us. Lamentations 2:14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity. See, they're not really like telling our people their sins and their transgressions where they're going off. They're allowing the sin to continue. They're allowing the transgressions to multiply. You see, because then they can oppress and take advantage of our people's sicknesses and their sins. You see, that's why the Pharisees and scribes were so enraged and pissed off when Yahushua was healing our nation. They can no longer take advantage of our people in their sickness. Like that woman that had the problem of blood for 12 years. You know, she was giving all her money, all her living to these doctors that couldn't even help her at all. To turn away thy captivity, but I have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. You see? So, you know, just want to bring that out, you know, the crafty counsels of the wicked, you know, and all the counsels of men is going to come to naught. It's going to come to nothing. You know, and the Lord said, he said, be still and know that I am the Lord. I will be exalted. So all we have to do is just keep praising, keep praying, keep teaching. Because the Lord said by doing so, by continuing in the doctrine of the Lord, not the doctrines of men, in the doctrines of you camps, we shall both save ourselves and all those that listen and hear us. And that not like that fucking that CT scan where they get displeased, that part of their brain lights up where they're disgusted at the word of the Lord, but the other one where they like the word of the Lord, they agree with it. You see? Psalms 33:10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught, to nothing. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. You see? So all these weapons and all these counsels are going to have none effect over the elect. But over the 2/3, man, phew, man, you guys are in for a rude awakening, man. Since you didn't want to wake up now to the Lord's righteousness and the light, you're going to have to wake up in the kingdom, man, after knowing death by pain. Isaiah 8:10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us. You see? So the most power is with us, man. In the kingdom of heaven, this truth has been translated from the wicked vine dressers, the wicked husbandmen, to the true ones, man. Really taking care of the flock. Job 8:22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. You see, so it's heavy because the Lord said he's going to give us white robes in Revelation. All those are overcome. I'm going to just read this and get out of here. Joshua 9 in verse. Second Samuel 15:31, and one told David, saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. So it was David's own family. Just like now, it's gonna be our own nation. It's gonna be our own brothers, own quote unquote brothers, false brothers, false family. They ain't doing the will of the Lord. They're doing the will of the Satan of men. It says, and David said, O Lord, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. See, so a lot of you guys' counsel is trying to destroy the righteous and trying to come up some different way. Your counsel is being turned into foolishness, man. You see? And if you're siding, if by this time you're still siding with Korah and Dathan, that dude in GMS and narrator in South Carolina, and all these wicked elders and wicked ass men, then that just means you're wicked. Birds of a feather flock together. He that's wicked, be wicked still. And if you're not able to separate yourself and be special and be, walk with your own 2 feet, and sit alone and separate yourself, be holy, then you're gonna be destroyed, man. And the Lord said that, we sat alone because of the Lord's hand. And that's the hand that's upon us. Jeremiah 15:17, I sat not in the assembly of the mockers, nor rejoiced. I sat alone because of thy hand, for thou hast filled me with indignation. So we're filled with the righteous anger of the Lord. You see? And if that shit came out in 2005, that was being said in 2005, what do you think is being said right now, man? So you gotta really meditate on that. Because we're at the end of this thing. We are at the end. Job 21:16, lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. So you gotta get them the hell away from you. Maybe can consume with the famous in the camp. And all the fucking celebrities. Job 18:7, the steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So it's heavy. Like, you got the false prophets trying to talk about the false prophets. Well, your own counsel is gonna fucking cast you down. Your own tongue's falling upon you. Keep exposing false prophets, because that's what you are. You can't do anything against truth before the truth, and it's absolutely marvelous in our eyes what the Lord is doing. And the counsel of men is gonna come to naught. Let me get this last precept, man.
6 track.
So the counsel of men comes to naught, but the counsel of the Lord is going to stand and withstand all this shit. Because I got to get going now, though. But, I'm just going to bring this out real quick. The counsels of men, yeah, here's right here. Proverbs 19:20, it says, hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So this is what's going to withstand all the wiles of the devil. And that word wiles is devious or cunning stratagems employed in manipulating or persuading someone to do what one wants. So that's what this world's all about, is trying to have crafty counsel, try to make them do what they want. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about going the way less traveled, you know? Also going into enticing someone. You see? But with that, all praises, glory, honor, fear, Yahweh, Shem, Shai. Wahara Kakwadash, death to America, slavery to all you Edomites, and judgment to all the false prophets amongst our nation. Blah, blah, blah.